35 million square feet of warehouse space, 200,000 trucks, over 29,000 fleet and logistics experts. With Ryder, you just get more. Discover better outsourcing solutions at Ryder.com.
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is a dimension of human behavior. It is an area which we call the safety zone. Now this is Leland Birch, age 28, who is also real. He has flesh and blood, muscle and mind. But in a moment, we will see how thin a line separates from right and wrong, and how easy a rush decision can make a difference of falling into the shadows or rising above the mist. The difference between landing in the far reaches of the universe or in the safety zone. The task has been laid out, clear as day. An occasional occurrence at a shop. A customer has a service call. There are only certain employees who are able to complete this task, but who will be able to carry it out? One may ask themselves, why is this question, this uncertainty, such an important decision, which lies heavy on this man's shoulders? But the truth of it can impact the very nature of an employee's health and safe return home. The decision is obvious. With the gross vehicle weight of 33,000 pounds, the employee that must be chosen needs to fall under the regulated employee category. That employee goes by the name of Bob Bowman, age 50. If Leland decided to step outside the safety zone and send a non-regulated employee on this voyage, it could impact the very well-being of the employee, placing him at a higher risk of injury or even death. For every choice made, wrong or right, 1,000 alternatives denied. When given the opportunity, which choice will you make in the safety zone?
Scott Junker, age 50. Occupation, technician. His name was on that list, the list outlining the qualifications, the list Leland Birch used to make the decision. He meets the criteria of a regulated employee, and thus is assigned the task of moving a vehicle that lies sitting on the shop floor to its journey on the open road. With the urgency of this task at hand, the employee has a choice to make. Does he cut corners? Does he make shortcuts that could lead to a quicker completion time? Or does he choose to follow the policies and initiatives put in place, such as 3 points of contact, use of a spotter, and the 360 awareness program, which won't cut the corners of his life, ultimately landing him in the safety zone?
They say a dream only takes a second or so. And yet, in that second, a man can live a lifetime. Everyone has a dream, a someone, or something they want to go on living for. In this man's case, it's his dog. This man does not want to risk cutting his life short, but prolonging it. He chooses to take the road leading to the safety zone. Hi, I'm Rodney Ray.
And I'm Tricky Ricky.
Are you tired of back pain?
I sure the heck am.
Well, let us show you a few tricks that this sweetheart can do that won't cause razor pain in your back.
Once in every lifetime comes a product that is so great, so revolutionary, that it really does redefine the way we get things done. The product we are talking about today is the Roughneck Rapid Lift XT.
It is no ordinary table. It has dual scissor lift technology that can lift up to 1,000 pounds.
Are you kidding me?
The cart is so strong, it takes the load from your arms, your legs, and your back. It has so many uses, and so many that haven't even been thought of yet.
You can use it to support a hood when you remove the hood straps to replace a radiator. I know what you're thinking. What about a reefer trailer?
How did you know?
Exactly. Use it to get a battery almost up to the level of a battery tray in a reefer trailer.
Use it to take out trash cans and heavy scrap items as it raises the bottom of whatever you're lifting to 55 inches effortlessly.
When a local parts vendor brings parts and doesn't have a lift gate, just roll it right on up to the back of their truck or pickup. All right, everybody. Order yours today by calling the vendor number below and telling them you want the Roughneck Rapid Lift.
You know I will.
Portrait of a nervous man. Rick Mackey by name. His age, 22. A technician by profession. A man beset by life's problems. His job. His salary. The competition to get ahead. Obviously, Mr. Mackey's mind is not on his driving. Mr. Mackey hasn't the time for safety. He failed to use 3 points of contact, a spotter, or got out to look at his path of travel. No, his only concern is for himself. He has just arrived at a crossroad in his life, and he's chosen the wrong turn.
All persons attempting to conceal criminal acts involving their cars are hereby warned. Check first to see that underneath that chrome does lay a conscience, especially if you're driving along in the safety zone. There is an enemy out there, a true enemy to all mankind. It's more powerful than the combined armies of the world. It has destroyed more people than all the wars of all nations. It has massacred thousands of people each year. This enemy is more deadly than bullets and steals billions of dollars annually. It spares no one and finds victims among the rich and poor alike, the young and the old, the strong and the weak. Widows know it by their everlasting sorrow. It looms up in such proportions that it can cast its shadow over every field of labor. It lurks in unseen places and does most of its work silently. You have been warned against this enemy, yet you do not heed it. It is relentless, merciless, and cruel. The enemy is everywhere. In the home, on the streets, in the factory, at the railroad crossings, on land, in the air, and in the sea. It brings sickness, degradation, and death. Yet few seek it out and destroy it. It crushes, maims, and will give you nothing and rob you of everything. This is your worst enemy. A sickness known as carelessness. Not a virus, not a microbe, not a germ. Highly contagious, deadly in its effects. Don't look for it in the safety zone. Look for it in the mirror. Look for it before the lights go out altogether.
want your business to thrive, and so do we. That's why we do more, going beyond what's expected. Because that's what makes us better. That's what makes us Ryder. Discover better outsourcing solutions at Ryder.com.